Well, good morning. Apologies for Telegram going down yesterday. All my fault. It's what you get when you stick a middle-aged man and technology together. I did put this Football Trading Profits version 2. I hope one or two of you managed to pick up on that. I couldn't communicate, of course, having locked myself out of the administration element. So I couldn't, as you can see, huge gap, 420 to 715. So my apologies there. But I'm glad quite a few of you managed to read there. I don't know. You can see, I don't know what I'm doing with all of these. What on earth's going on? Yeah. Old fogies and technology. Fabulous partnership. Let's have a look at yesterday. Some really good calls. I was happy, generally speaking, with all of the calls yesterday. So let's have a look through. English Premier League. You could have gone for a Bournemouth lead 0-0 at half-time because Leicester do collapse. But they've been very tight recently under Ruud van Nistelrooy, football genius. But not so yesterday. One that went astray. Odds-on favourites dropping down like flies. Aston Villa, Liverpool, Newcastle. Insurance in the Newcastle match because they ideally needed a draw. Aston Villa did score, and it looked a perfectly reasonable goal, which would have got them into Europe or upgraded their European campaign. We did take on the Tottenham lead as well. Dead rubber, but it is Tottenham, isn't it? The fourth worst side in the Premier League this season. How Postecoglou kept his job is one of Arthur C. Clarke's mysterious world mysteries. Lord knows, has he got some photos of the Premier League CEO in a compromising position or something? Normally these managers are out on their arse after such an appalling season. Charlton and Leyton Orient. I did take on the Charlton lead, but this is what I'm talking to you about. Insurance. You've got to take on that insurance. Cover that 1-0. Hope for the 1-1. Like we did with Sunderland. And you get very well paid because it's tough to read these finals, playoff finals. KUPS, 2 consecutive defeats. I'm flabbergasted, to be honest. 2 consecutive defeats. It was a loss, this one. Looking back, there are a couple of ways you can play these. Now, this might be something for the future. Odds-on favourites at home. Pre-match, back 0-2 and 1-2 to the underdog. Pre-match at huge odds. Cost you £1.50, £2. That covers 0-2, covers 1-2 very, very cheaply. But the problem is you're going to have to do it in multiple matches and lose that liability multiple occasions. Clermont Foot, we did get a goal back, but not enough to really move the market enough from 0-2 to 1-2. Hoping for the 2-2. But Clermont through, obviously, a two-legged affair, this one. Serie A, I wasn't up for. Looks an absolute humdinger, doesn't it? Fiorentina needed to win. The old lady needed to win. Venezia needed to win. Roma needed to win. Lazio needed to win. Let's have a look at the difference this has made to the European standings. More importantly, Lazio are outside. Fiorentina on goal difference are 6th now. Wow. Goal difference only. And at the bottom, Empoli couldn't get a win. Lecce could get a win. What a difference that makes. It is the French Open today as well, tennis-wise, but we'll get to that. Eliteserien, any plays yesterday? Not really. Tough old market. We did get an equaliser for Mulder, so this is another one of those examples. Do you cash out at the first sight of profit? Well, I would suggest that you do when you've had a loss like KUPS. If you've had a loss early in your session, start hoovering up the small green amounts because they will chip away at your lost liability. So that could be the case there. Would have been a losing play had you stayed in looking for the Mulder win. So another lesson is to potentially negate the liability on your opponent as early as possible. Looking on to today, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Day off for me today. I'm going to do my 90-day report. Tell the Thai authorities I've been here for 90 plus days. So let's have a look through. Elvis and Heidenheim, 2-2 from the first leg. Elvis were leading by 2 goals. We did take on that Elvis lead. Heidenheim did make it 2-2. Excellent stuff. All to play for. Could be a humdinger, this one. Elvis are at home. They scored 2 goals away. So it could be a fascinating fixture. I will continue to oppose the Bundesliga Zwei side versus a Bundesliga side. It's really poor coupon in the Elite Serie. Oslo and Vålerenga, 2.7 the favourite. These two have not met fellow top 10 sides really this season. Huge gaps in form. Unappealing. Totally unappealing. Allsvenskan. Mjällby, the big boys. Really solid unit this season. Mjällby, 2.15 at the end of this could be an absolute gift from the gods. We will see. Can they continue their excellent form? Hammarby are playing Degerfors. Hammarby, coincidentally, have lost their 2 matches against Mjällby this season. 2 of only 3 defeats, I think, for Hammarby, so they're in a good position to take advantage of the odds-on status. The Superettan looks very poor, but Utsikten, 4-4 in the last match. So expect goals before half-time. I would be looking something like over 4.5 goals here, perhaps as an opening gambit. First half goals, 2.5, if you fancy that. Given Utsikten's recent matches, they've been absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. 8 goals in the last match. 4-4. Landskrona Falkenberg, 2.45 as well. This makes little appeal. Umeå have not won a match this season. All defeats bar a draw. So we're automatically hoping that Ågret can deliver or Umeå can continue to be as poor as ever. Special ones, Fenerbahce are away at Hatayspor. Those are the main ones. Tennis today. Not much I can offer you tennis-wise. You know what to do, don't you? Take your first cues from the market. The men's game is a 5-setter, so you're really opening yourself up to some trading opportunities, particularly at 2-0 to any set leader. And I would be laying anything at about 1.07 or lower initially. You've got to lay them. It's called the Yaz trade. The only way is up for those of you 90s kids. So there's a few of them today. You've got lots of short price favourites. Any one that leads 2-0 is potentially layable because your opponent must win the 3rd set. Otherwise, they're out the French Open straight away. Not going to go match by match. Take my cues from the odds. Initially, this could be an interesting match. 2 French men playing each other. Could know each other's game well. Again, just hoover up the locals in the local tournament. They might overperform. Adman and Gasquet. Gasquet might take a set or 2 today. Richard, he's nearly as old as Joe Biden. Fils, watch out for him. Superb Monte Carlo. Frenchmen at home could go deep this tournament. Humbert against O'Connell. This could be a tight one. You've got an Australian, and these Australians are tough nuts to crack. Vukic here. It's a generalization, but it's generally true that these Australians, they can be very, very tough nuts to crack. You've got Popper in here as well. Normally, when they're outsiders, they can give a good account. So in this particular instance, if Thompson can give a good account today, we would stay with Lehecka, but hope that Thompson will be effective. Now, I'm looking forward to this today. Hopefully, I'll be up and about at. It is the day off though, 10 o'clock. See if I can collect for you some trading angles. I'm likely going to wait for the first set to be played, to be finished. There are other angles in, particularly if for example, Blanchet takes a 2-0, 3-0 lead early on in the first set. I would in fact lay him in the first set winner market. Just little instincts like that where I can find value, or for me, perceived value. So look forward to the French Open. TennisTradingProfits.com is being done. As I say, I'm just on my own. I'm on my Todd here. The proofreading is a huge job. I've got a whole list of projects to do as well, as you can see here. With the addition of AI, it's just really ignited me. There's the tennis trading course here. As you can see, it needs expansion. This is the basic course, and I get ChatGPT to deep research it along with my own writings on the subject, which are available in the drive. So for those of you interested in AI, Gemini, I'm trialing at the moment, but it's very boring. ChatGPT has personality. This doesn't. This is analytical, robotic, and will just do as you say. The advantage is it links in with Google, so you have that advantage, and you've got the Google AI Studio, but this isn't an artificial intelligence video. But its uses are great. For example, today, you can get ChatGPT up and you can look at the first match or the first set. You can do a screen print and say, once you get the stats up, can you give me an analysis of this first match? Where's the weaknesses for each player? Where do they need to improve? And the ChatGPT will pick out the specific elements of it. This is something I'm working on over the summer. I'll be working on some apps for you as well, trying to get apps which fit in with what we use in Play Guru, for example. If you could got an input app or a formula app, when XG hits XYZ, momentum is 70 plus, there's XYZ number of total goals, dangerous attacks are over, blah, blah, blah. Give me an alert. And I can actually do that in the screen. So something to look forward to this summer, plenty to think about. So that's it really today. It's a quiet coupon, day off really for me. Not the strongest coupon on the planet, but Mjällby absolutely stand out. Hammarby should get enough out of Degerfors. So there's some readability in the Allsvenskan. Superettan, I've still got a look at the possibility of neutral place. Look at this for Utsikten this season. 3-2, 3-5, 4-4, 4, 8 goals scored. Wow. So, no, not scored, but in total. So, over 3.5 goals is a very modest opening gambit, this one. It's come in each of the last 6 matches. Have a great day today. It's my day off. I'm working today on the tennis for you, and I hope to give you some examples of how AI can help you. If we can go to a previous match or a qualifying match, I can perhaps give you an idea of what I'm thinking about. We get statistics here like this. So it's already started. I missed all that yesterday. My apologies. I will be starting to. There's a school Kate at the back there. So you've got point by point here. This is what I'm talking about. You do a screenshot of this, take it to ChatGPT. Can you analyze the players' performances? Where are the weaknesses? Well, my K sticks, so it'll be weaknesses. And I've trained ChatGPT to know that my K is missing. Here we go. Tennis 24 match summary. You can analyse Fucsovics and Stefan point by point. Here's a breakdown of player performance and weaknesses. There we go. Lost serve 3 times in a row, Stricker. Games 1, 3 and 5. He faced break points in every game and lost all of them. Major concern under pressure. Early struggles in rallies, frequently down 15 love or 30 love. No game held to serve. His service game is just gone, isn't it? Fucsovics, strong recovery after an early break. Efficient on serve after game 3. Conversion of break points. So he's come into his own, hasn't he? all of a sudden. So that gives you an idea of the usefulness of AI in order to just analyze matches by taking screenshots. It's superb, isn't it? It'll pick up patterns that you don't. Just think of this as just having a big brain locked onto yours. It will enhance your abilities and it will speed things up. So you can see that kind of an idea there. Very tight in the rankings, notably, but clear from the market who fancied what. So French Open has already begun yesterday. So while I'm here, let's have a look at any of those 2-0s to 2-1s in the men's game. Did we find any? Well, we've got a 1.1 favourite, Taro Paul, losing the first set. Boom, straight away. Wins the next 3. So you're involved here. You're out here if you fancy it. Losing in a tiebreaker as well is also a positive trading angle because it's the tightest you can get, isn't it? Here we have a 1.5 favourite. But Nakashima did win the next set but lost the match. Underdog, 1.73, loses the first set. Mapeshi Pericard, Frenchman in France, so even more urgent for him to get back on parity. Boom, straight back in. That would have been a nice play as well. You've got to account for nationality. Just logical, isn't it? A Frenchman in France, he's going to be playing above his usual expectations, isn't he? Again, 1.44, loses the first set, wins the next. Some really good plays yesterday, isn't it? We didn't get any 2-0s yesterday. 2-0 to 2-1. We like to see 2-0s to 2-1. So a player winning the first 2 sets, for example. Kopriva. Montero has to win the next set, otherwise he's out of the tournament. Even a 1.4 shot, you could be laying him at short odds, 2 sets up. Very speculative, but very low liability. And he produces the results. Diego Montero, superb stuff. Any other 2-0 leads? Well, we've got one here for Galin. 2-0 lead. Underdog. Frenchman. You know what I've just said about Frenchmen in France? Boom. Fight back. Even though we lost the match, this is the trading fight back that you're after. So you can see yesterday, even at 2-0 to 2-1, the men's 5-setters, really good for trading outcomes. 2-1 as well is another scoreline that you might want to take on. Here we've got a 2-1 for Sonego against Shelton, the odds-on favourites. Again, it's the same story. Shelton must win the next set or he's out of the French Open. Simple as that. So it's nice and simple, isn't it? 2-set lead. What happens next? Frenchman. Well, he was leading 2-0, so a bit sloppy, but the odds-on favourite wins the next one, and off we go. That is what I'm looking for as well. An underdog Frenchman leading 2-0, because he's obviously getting a huge boost from his home support. So you can see already on that first day, just using the simple 2-0 to 2-1 or 2-1 to 2-2, you can pick up some trading angles there. So excellent stuff on that day. I didn't know it started. My apologies. I was football fixated yesterday. So we've got a really good start. The ladies' game, it's more urgent, isn't it? If you lose the first set, you've got to win the second set. Like this. Boom. Otherwise, you're out. So I would look for an underdog. There. Stearns. 6-0 drubbing. That's all. Does bring some alarm bells. It could just be the fact that the player is carrying a niggle and she hasn't told anyone about it. It could be nerves. If you come back in the second set, the great way to produce value is to wait for Stearns to go a set and a break down and then get involved, because the urgency is even greater. Set and a breakdown, bang, you get that immediately in her first service match. Then you get involved here at a set and a breakdown, because her odds are going to be very, very short indeed. and we've still got the vast majority of the match to go for her to fight back. Enough pressure on that Stearns, on the Lee's serve, isn't it? 2 break points here, 3 break points here, 30-40 here. So really giving a good show. So that's it for the tennis today. You can see, just with a little dip of your toe in, you're already producing trading angles. So that's really good stuff. Have a great day today. Thank you for all of those tolerating my Telegram mishaps yesterday. I will keep that channel open, I think, version 2, just in case this happens again. It won't happen again. It's just a case of a middle-aged man fighting and losing the battle with technology. Have a great day. I'll see you all again tomorrow, and I'll try to be picking out some tennis plays for you today. Maybe just pass them on Telegram if you have an interest in underdogs winning the first set.